When you answer the call of the ringneck,
we're going to see some action here.
it helps to know where. Boy, do we have an answer for you.
Rooster Tales, presented by Pheasants Forever.
Welcome to Rooster Tales. Opening day of pheasant season generally comes with some of bird hunting's biggest celebrations. Ron and Shara got the invite to a very special party in a state with a growing rooster reputation.
All right, how about a little mystery tour today? I'll give you the clues. You figure out where we're headed to whack some pheasants and quail. This place is flatter than a Las Vegas pool table with pockets of ringnecks, pockets of quail. That's the clue. Can you figure it out? There's the map.
Yep, we're rolling in Kansas. Just follow the yellow brick road. Right to Buffalo Bill's historical hangout in a Kansas City-friendly town known as Oakley. As towns go, Oakley isn't big, but it's growing at the moment as dozens of pheasant hunters gather to share their passion for bird hunting with Kansas Governor Sam Brownback.
I just am passionate about my community.
That simple?
Yep. I just think it's very important that Northwest Kansas gets recognized. We have tremendous bird hunting, just as good as anywhere in the state. Hunting tourism is a tremendous industry that goes unrecognized, especially in Kansas.
Meanwhile, a sporting clays warm-up was underway for those hunters who felt the need to sharpen the old shooting eye. It'll be real birds flying tomorrow. Looks like some shooting eyes were, shall we say, kinda dull. Ever try sporting clays in a Kansas wind? Okay, don't. But it's a great excuse. What's my score? Can't say.
And just fill all those in.
Gotta go to a banquet. The governor's hunt is only in its second year, but it's a fundraiser for bird habitat and a way to promote Kansas bird hunting. And guess who was asked to say a few words?
Well, thank you, Jim.
Just so you know, we've been producing the Pheasants Forever television show now for, I don't know, lost track, 6, 7, 8 years, something like that. So that's taken me all over the country. And so I'm honored to be here in Kansas. This is not our first visit. Governor Brownback, thank you for sharing your day with me tomorrow. We're going to hunt together. And by the way, after listening to the mayor, Governor, I think I'll turn down your offer for a ride home tonight. When I'm doing television, I have to operate this way. You understand, I'm kind of the star of the show, but Raven, the black lab, who was out in the car putting her makeup on, she really is the star of the show. But I'm looking forward to tomorrow, and again, thank you for having me here, and we'll look forward to it. See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, the governor of our state of Kansas, Governor Brownback.
Great to be back. Boy, things are happening in Oakley. Man, I want to say two quick things. One is, about 20 years ago, it seemed to me that we as a state kind of gave up on selling ourselves outside and telling other people about us. We kind of just said, you know what, it's a rectangular flat state and people know us by the Wizard of Oz, and that's kind of the way it is. We got a lot that's here. To me, is the beauty of it is to see the dog work, and then hopefully you shoot well. And Ron, I'm hoping you're an okay shot. I don't know.
Oh my, what pressure. The governor expects me to be an okay shot. Glad he didn't ask me to sing.
The seldom is heard a discouraging word, and the skies are not cloudy all day.
Tomorrow we'll be crowing about roosters. Right, Granny?
Just like her bra those days days are gone. Granny's got her daisy doing song.
Rooster Tales is brought to you by Franke Guns, Mountain Dew, B&W Trailer Hitches, Watson Hunting Camp, and by Star Bank. This segment of Rooster Tales is brought to you by North Dakota Tourism. Start your journey at NorthDakotaLegendary.com.
All right, well, we're gonna see some action here and see these dogs work as much as anything of the fun. You got a point here? A pheasant is a beautiful bird. It's something to behold. Just love God's creation. To be able to see it in all its color and in its natural state just puts a smile on my face. Dogs are having fun, aren't they? It's like I've been waiting all year for this.
Suddenly, the doggy fun was about to go airborne.
So we got the point right here.
Oh my goodness. Do you see something?
Well, she's pointing too.
She's really held up tight.
Sure.
All right. How about that?
Yeah, man, was that sitting?
Ah, good shot, Governor. Him. Wow, that bird sat so tight.
That's a good size.
It's a nice bird, Governor. Huh?
Look at that guy.
You never get tired of looking at him. Now that's looks like a little older rooster too. See the sharp spurs? I don't think he was this year's hatch. That's probably why he was sitting so tight. I couldn't believe that there was a bird there.
Yeah.
Turns out the governor's hunting party was full of sharpshooters.
Go, go, go! Nice job. Nice bird.
She got it?
Yep.
It's like, actually, that's not a young bird. It's some good spurs.
Who got it? All right. I'm gonna quit letting you shoot now. Now I'm gonna shoot. I was letting you get in the game here. I wanted to keep you, interested. This grass here is the native grass that the buffalo used to graze on through this area. It's very hardy. We had stories in early Kansas of hunting and trapping and of buffalo herds 5 miles wide and 12 miles long. So you look around this topography, it would be as herd as far as you could see. And it's just amazing. A herd was decimated in, oh gosh, 5-6 year time period.
Today on the vast prairie around Oakley, there's a unique history of the land that may surprise you. This was once an ancient seabed, and the proof resides in a local museum.
You know, Kansas is known for a lot of things, but what you may not know is also Kansas is in the heart of fossil country. So many, they even have a museum about them. Let's go take a look.
You're looking at a skull of a Tylosaurus, and the reason it's so rare or so unique is because its eye socket is still intact.
Turns out Kansas is a hotbed for fossil hunters.
I gotta tell you, this is one of the most interesting paintings I've ever seen, done by a woman named Vi Fick, who actually started this museum. But see these tree trunks here? They are made from fossilized, I think, backbone of something. And look at the leaves up here. Those are fossilized oyster shells. And here are some fossilized shark teeth but come on over here. This is, again, the fossilized backbone of something, but the leaves here are fossilized clam shells. And way down here, more leaves, but those are fossilized snail shells. Miss Fick was very clever. This is carved out of wood. It actually reminds me of the very first cameraman I ever hired. He was a little taller, but otherwise smelled about the same.
Coming up, more from the Governor's Pheasant Classic in Kansas.
Rooster Tales is brought to you by South Dakota Tourism Huron, the Minnesota Horse and Hunt Club, Scent Killer Gold by Wildlife Research Center, Cannon River Ranchers, Bonfee, and by Lupient GMC.
Today's tip is about feeding your dog while hunting. And Bob, is it different feeding them when you're hunting than when you're at home?
For me, no. I feed once a day in the evening, and that's what I'd like to recommend to the folks, is that you feed once a day in the evening after you've hunted. You don't want your dog working on a full stomach, a full digestive system. They're packing a lot of mechanical weight. It's uncomfortable. It causes them to try to go to the bathroom, and it can actually cause some problems inside the intestines where the cilia will break down and you'll see blood in the stool. So I recommend not to do that. The one difference that I do, Tom, while hunting is I do in the evening float my dog food on water. It helps hydrate. Right. Okay, so what I'm saying though, I'm saying about normal healthy dogs. Puppies, you want to feed a puppy once or twice a day. Maybe 3 times. And any dog that's compromised health, like hypoglycemic, you want to feed them small amounts more often. But for the normal healthy dog, I'll guarantee you'll do better feeding once a day after the dog's rested after the hunt.
And wait an hour before you feed them, let them settle down.
Absolutely.
And then wait an hour before any kind of exercise after you feed.
Absolutely.
As well. Right.
Absolutely.
For this tip and more, you can go to our website.
Raven the Black Lab had no idea she was hunting with the governor of Kansas. Rather, she had a nose for pheasants and not politics.
We hit a flurry of roosters there, and then we're looking for one that fell down, broken leg. It's not going to go anywhere. We'll get the dogs in there and see what we can find. Raven's got it. Heel. Good girl.
We did that one for TV.
Well, I appreciate that, Governor. Finding a bird like that is why you feed them all year, Governor.
There you go.
As the ringnecks reached for the Kansas sky, Governor Sam Brownback showed
nice shot.
He's no slouch with a shotgun.
Nice colorful bird.
Isn't that beautiful scenery?
That is, and that's great habitat. Raven seems to think the birds are down there. And a girl, check in with me once in a while. I wouldn't even hunt pheasants if I didn't have a dog. Now I know some people can't have dogs, but they are 95% of the joy. Just watching them, their enthusiasm. I mean, you gotta appreciate anybody or any animal has an enthusiasm for what it does. And Raven is that way, as most good hunting dogs are. Fun to watch.
Got a point, got a point.
Rooster! Oh!
Oh, saving a little bird seed, Governor.
We've got an excellent pheasant hunt. We're regularly in the top 3 in the nation for the pheasant take, but it's an undeveloped tourism industry, if I could put it that way. We're seeing it start. We've got a lot of local lodges that are moving together. We've got areas now like Northwest Kansas that are beginning to promote themselves as a pheasant region. So I think we've got a beautiful natural asset, and now we're starting to tell the world about it. So you can come in and know you'll be able to get a hunt somewhere. To me, hunters really are conservationists. You gotta get habitat to have a good pheasant population, and our hunters really build the habitat and maintain it.
Later that afternoon, we began to see the abundant variety of life on the Kansas prairie. Deer everywhere. Ringnecks where you least expect them.
Your tail's wagging, huh? What's that mean? You found a mouse? Oh my!
Soon, more birds flushed up and then back down. Up next, we're headed to Fort Riley, Kansas, in search of another famed Kansas game bird.
Rooster Tales is brought to you by Old Milwaukee and Old Milwaukee Light Beer. Visit Pierce, South Dakota. Brown's Hunting Ranch. Purina. And by Stillwater Motors.
Our Kansas adventure headed northeast to Fort Riley, a vast military base with an added attraction available to non-military folks: quail hunting.
It's quail hunting.
You never know how many shells to take, because you never know how many quail you run into, and they can eat up ammo.
Our hunt leader, Alan Hynek, gave the orders.
We're right here it's called Stone Pond.
And is everything open to the public except what's off limits?
Anything that's not shaded in red can be opened for hunting, and we open and close it depending on what military training is going on that particular day. So if they're using any of these lettered areas like Alpha or Delta, we close it for hunting if it's live fire.
And how many acres did you say is this?
It's 101,000 acres.
Wow, and how much of it basically is open to public hunting?
Up to about 66,000 acres.
Wow. There goes a bunny rabbit. Raven, that's not for you, nope.
Actually, in my job, I'm the conservation branch chief out here. So a lot of the work you see right here, the trees cut down, that's part of what we do to manage for upland birds. Even this field right here, it serves as a fire break for the military. If we get a wildfire started out here, keeps it on or keeps it off of Fort Riley. It's unique to Kansas, that's right.
How old's that bird?
Yeah, there's no frosting on the tip, so it's a young one. There's no weathering on those primaries, so yeah, it's this year's bird. No, normally quail, they'll sit in a covey most of the day, unless they're out feeding, and then you can almost step on them before they'll take off and fly. And that's what's so valuable about a dog is, they can pinpoint it, and then you're ready, as opposed to just walking around and then they scare you and you're not ready to shoot. So they like this underbrush where they're protected from birds of prey. They got a food source right next to it. They may spend most of their life within football field size or a little bit bigger. If they don't have to travel far, they won't.
One of my hunting companions carried other thoughts about quail.
I'm heading back to Afghanistan Tuesday morning. Actually, this is the last hunt. You go from that type of a high-stress environment to, open areas, a great opportunity to be out in the outdoors, walking around, and totally getting everything from Afghanistan out of your head, so it's great.
There's a little draw right there. I think what I'll do is probably walk along this edge and then we'll come back.
While we tromped quail habitat, not far away, there was a different habitat used for training soldiers. Villages built to resemble places in the Mideast. Tank trails and shooting ranges, all hunting, but with a different goal in mind.
Nothing like hunting quail when you have quail management right behind you. They're doing a controlled burn here to spruce up the grasses, the habitat, etc. Ravens sneezing. We're gonna go this way. Were they here? Huh? Where'd they go? You gotta dial in quail. Ravens dial in pheasant. She's acting interested here. I gotta get over here. The amount of cover here at Fort Riley is awesome, but therein also is the problem. There's so much good cover, you don't really know where to start. So you're hunting places you say have to be quail here, and you don't flush any because, well, maybe they're over there 200 yards because there's more good cover there. Sooner or later, your legs give out. It's a good thing and the bad thing.
With time running out, we left the base and joined up with the local quail zealot, Mike Harris, of Acorns Resort near Fort Riley.
There they go. Another one.
I don't know if I got anything. I got a tree here, I know that. Damn it. They are so hard to hit, I tell you what. A ringneck pheasant's about like shooting a balloon compared to these quail. It's just, you gotta get in sync with them, and we haven't had enough experience yet to get in sync.
Comes one out!
Dang! Come to think of it, maybe I've never been in sync with quail. No excuse for missing that one. No excuse for missing that one.
Now this should be right underneath that overhanging branch.
Find him. Find him.
Nice.
I finally hit one of those things. I thought it was impossible. Good girl. Heel. Good burn. Rooster pheasant. Go figure that. Well, we got all kinds of action today, don't we, Raven? Come on. A pheasant in quail country. Oh, he's beautiful too. Heel. Good girl. Whoa, is he an old bird?
Got big spurs?
Yes, he does.
Well, he sat in there tight too.
He did. Nice shot. Thanks.
As it always happens, our quail time in Kansas was nearing an end. But the bird total wasn't what mattered. What matters is hunting in a free land, kept that way by fellow Americans, on the ground and in the air.
As always, the right habitat grows the birds. Kansas is a prime example. And thanks to those that serve our country, we all get to enjoy it. Well, we've come to the end of the field. Remember, this land is a gift that we all get to enjoy. Take the time to introduce somebody new to the field. Good luck hunting.